You need markouts, baby. We got markouts. We're talking G1.
Oh yeah.
Japan's G1 on Markout Mania. On Markout Mania. On Markout Mania. Today on Markout Mania. Oh, I messed up the deal.
That was a good choice of song, Pedro. Actually, no shoot. Pedro getting down on a Saturday morning.
Oh my
What do you think he is?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Yeah.
What is up?
What's up, people? Marking out.
Thank you. Was it Zeus? Were you the one doing the assist there?
No, that was Jimmy James.
James,
that was me.
That?
Oh, that was
awesome.
Jimmy Jam in effect. That was Jimmy Jam
Thank
in
you.
effect right there.
Give us the noise again.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Got a whole lot of love.
Got a whole lot of love.
Shout out to YYH in the chat room already.
Y2H2. What is up?
The song was Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin.
That's right. Zepp in the house, baby. Whole lot of love. Got a whole lot of love. Are you gonna make me dig into my CDs, Pedro?
Yeah, hey, or bust out some vinyl, whatever.
Yeah, I'll bust out some vinyl. Oh yeah. Actually, I think I actually have the actual physical graffiti album on vinyl.
Oh, really? I think the only Led Zeppelin album I have on vinyl, and it was given to me a few years ago, was is it Houses of the Holy with all the naked kids?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that that album is?
Oh yeah.
I believe that's right.
That's a good album.
Yeah. So what's up?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Everything okay? Everything good? Everything good on this Saturday?
Everything's good on this Saturday. Another hot ass week behind me.
It's hot, man. It's like moose balls outside. It's brutal.
It's been humid. Today is cool outside here.
Right, cool.
But yeah, it's like it's only like 70 something degrees this morning.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be we got like a couple of cool days here.
It's 94 instead of 96. Me without my muffins, you know.
It was slightly cooler this week. Like instead of being 116 or whatever heat index, it was like 110.
Oh wow. That's not too bad.
But today we're going to be talking. We're doing the world's latest G1 recap.
Yeah.
Japan's G1 Climax 29. But before we get to that, we should get to a few news stories real quick. Let's start with what I think might be, I don't know, is it the biggest news story? I don't know, maybe. But NXT is going to be on USA starting September 18th. 2 hours to go set up to go head to head versus AEW. What y'all think about this?
Well, I mean, what it means, it's good for the fans because more fans will be able to see NXT. The bad thing is the rumors are that Vince wants to be more involved with NXT coming soon. So I'm sure he probably won't be involved as much during football season if this is true, but if he is going to get involved with it, he's going to cock it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you like this. I'm afraid of NXT actually turning into another Raw or SmackDown or even worse, the ill-fated ECW WWE version. I totally agree with you, Zeus. It's good that a lot of fans are able to watch NXT now on the USA Network. The problem is, are they actually going to get US? Are they actually going to get NXT as we know it, or is it going to be SmackDown Light or Raw Light?
Yeah.
The thing that makes NXT so great is that it's totally different from Raw and SmackDown, and the fact that I actually like the fact that that they actually committed to doing it actually from Full Sail University here in Orlando as all the NXT TV tapings are done. So that's actually good news. They have enough talent to make it 2 hours. That's fine. I had no issue with that. Going head to head with AEW, it could backfire, but it could bring out the best. You know, I don't want it. The whole growth of NXT was organic. It wasn't forced. It was a very slow progression, and it made NXT great. Now it's going to turn into. I'm afraid of turning into another Raw SmackDown. I want Vince McMahon to step away from WWE altogether. I want Vince McMahon to retire already. Fucking go play football with the fucking XFL and leave NXT alone because I'm tired of all that shit. This bullshit characters, this shitty storylines, all that shit is done and over with. This is going to be 2020 and nobody has time for bullshit. You're not reliving the 90s. This ain't WWF versus WCW. Okay? Fucking Cody Rhodes is not Eric Bischoff, all right? So I got 2 words for you. Go away. We're tired of it. We want NXT the way it is. Leave it the fuck alone. There it is.
Oh my goodness. My only thing with NXT on Wednesdays is I feel like for a lot of wrestling fans, if the choice is between AEW, which may or may not have replays on the BR Live app, versus NXT, which will be on the network and will be on Hulu like the next day, it's an easy choice to watch AEW live and then watch the other one like the next day.
I agree with you, Pedro, but at this day and age, everybody could DVR one show and then you can watch the other show later on. You watch either show on demand now, so it's going to be, it's, I don't know. I totally think it's a toss-up, I'm going to watch the first AEW show. I'm going to watch the first NXT show. I'm going to watch it back-to-back, if not at the same time. I'm going to try. But
you're going to flip back and forth like the old days.
I'm going to do it like old school days,
You're going to even bust out the VHS and try to record it like old days.
I'm going to bust out the VHS. I'm going to throw on my WCW Nitro t-shirt. NWO Wolfpack. I know, right? Brutal, but I just don't want NXT to be watered down.
Yeah,
that's what made NXT is great. It's because it's anti WWE, even though it's the same company, but it's anti WWE. It's a faster pace. It's good wrestling. All the people are allowed to do, all the moves they want to do. Everything is good. They're actually allowed to tell a story in the ring, as opposed to bullshit vignettes and a whole bunch of crap promos, So,
yeah, I mean, I don't want NXT to be watered down and stuff, but
no.
I mean, if it's just being moved there to try and mess with AEW, if it's like doing badly in the ratings, the chances become higher, doesn't it? That like they start throwing
but here's my
main
thing,
roster
Pedro.
people.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my thing, Pedro.
I'm not saying I want that, James. I'm just this is just what I see happening.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But actually, here's my thing. But why is Vince? He's reacting to a show that hasn't even aired yet.
Right.
He's doing this big move to a show that hasn't even had one episode yet. Hasn't even aired. You don't know if it's going to be great or not, or it's going to be shitty or not. Nobody knows.
Well, but why did he try to buy up like all the top English talent to like screw over like
Ego.
this and
Vince
that? Like
McMahon is pure ego. Okay, it's
they
pure
they want
ego.
they want the WWE to be the only real game in town, like everywhere. So
That's because Vince has an ego, huge ego.
Well,
He wants to be the face of wrestling. He wants to be the name of wrestling. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even want to call it
well,
wrestling. It's
hey,
sports entertainment.
look, in terms of branding, it already is like the when people think pro wrestling, they think WWE. If you if
Right.
you told if you told a coworker who wasn't smart to stuff, if you said I'm going to go watch some wrestling, they're going to say, "Oh, you're going to see WWE?"
yeah, you're going to see Stone Cold, Rock, John Cena.
Yeah.
That's what most people. That's what most people think now.
Hola, Angie.
Angie, what's going on? Good morning, Ange. How you doing? How'd you sleep? Had a rough night? Huh? The 5 home runs that the Yankees hit could give you nightmares. Aaron Judge, Didi Gregorius with the grand slam. See ya. How you doing, Ange? You good? That's one. Two. That's one, Ange. Okay, I'm sorry. Hi. I'm sorry. Just go ahead.
Oh man, I was just saying. We've had. It's been 18 years of WWE domination on major networks. The fact that Impact or Ring of Honor, have been running pretty much all this time, but nobody has been able to get on a major network. I think that's the thing that uh, that scares Vince the most. Now,
Yeah.
I kind of take that back a little bit, but because TNA was running on Spike for a while,
Yeah.
but still nobody's got that. I mean, TNT and pro wrestling, that was just like, you know, that's like ice cream on apple pie. I mean, that's the perfect compliment.
Yeah.
And TNT is realizing that after 18 years of 23 hours a day of uh, you know special victims unit, you gotta diversify your programming.
Sure.
Hey, AEW is going to be on TNT, but AEW has a show coming up next weekend, and just announced this week for the buy-in, the pre-show, and Helico and Jack Evans versus Private Party.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Nice.
That should easily be the best pre-show match they've had since they started.
Yeah, because their pre-shows have a lot to be desired. Let me tell you.
Yes.
And speaking of big AEW shows, no John Moxley, because he's out for All Out, right? That's it.
Right.
He's done.
Moxley is out. Pac is in.
Pac is in. Actually, that's a good thing. But what's the latest on Phoenix? He's going to make it to the pay-per-view? Is he hurt? Is he not hurt? Is he?
Well, Taya said she spoke to him on Twitter, and that he's it's not broken, so
Yeah, he hurt his leg.
Should be ready to go.
Okay, that is good news.
Now he might miss a couple of these small shows like he did a couple of years ago. He hurt his leg before that AML show. I think it was 2018, 2017.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll heal up. It's like you said, James. He's got one speed. It's,
100
miles an hour.
Yeah, he does. He got one speed. That's it.
YYH. If they're pushed, Private Party is facing the Young Bucks at the first round of the tag team tournament. So there's a good chance Angelico and Jack might be on job duty to put them over to get them ready for the Young Bucks. But it could also be Private Party are there to put both teams over. So who knows?
Yeah, Angie, I agree with you, Angie. With expanding social media service and stuff like that, the WWE control is over. I mean, they're not the only game in town, you know. And before we get into the New Japan stuff, speaking of WWE, I don't know this guy's name. I wish I remembered it because I would crucify the shit out of him. But there was a remark on Twitter saying that I'm assuming he's a WWE mark. He could be, could not be, who knows? But saying that the New Japan shows he was watching, they were very boring. And you know, in this day and age where so people are used to watching 4-minute matches and shitty promos, you know, how can you say that some of the best wrestling on the planet is boring? I mean, you have great storylines. You have amazing athletes doing stuff in that ring that hasn't been done in a long time. And they're telling outstanding stories, and it's some amazing stuff that's being done in New Japan Pro Wrestling. How can you say a show like that is boring? You know, it just goes to show you that WWE has, unfortunately, has created the sad culture where it's 4-minute matches, bad promos, everything's slowed down because you know you got to face the camera, you got to make sure you're doing this, and you know everybody's talking to each other in the ring. There's no real flow to it anymore. It's too corporate in my book. You know, it's too, you know, there's too many cooks in the kitchen for it to work anymore. That's my opinion. You know, I want good wrestling, and that's what New Japan Pro Wrestling provides. Plain and simple.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, you know, it's, you know, they set things up in, you know, in a classic fashion. You know, these guys have beef with each other, you know, and then what we're about to tackle right now, you know, is the 29th G1 Climax tournament. And even though this tournament has been done in different ways, you know, they've kind of been settling on you know, this 2-block system, and it worked out really well this year. It's been easily some of the best matches. And the thing is it's you know, some guys are allowed to use a little bit slower pace. You just can't go 100 miles an hour all the time. Mm-hmm. But it's always hard hitting. You know, people win, people lose, and you know, and then you move on. So
if you tell a good story in a ring, you don't have to go 100 miles an hour. You know,
and that's always that's the thing is
WWE is like reading a kindergarten book.
You know, WCW was really good at you know, bringing in, you know, those the younger guys and some of the smaller guys who could do stuff that their you know, their bigger stars couldn't do. I mean, you know, Hulk Hogan versus you know, Roddy Piper wasn't going to be Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko. Right. But you still got all that big time drama, all those big promos, all these things that you know could go on, and you still get a complete show. But with New Japan, you got more guys who are kind of able to do a lot of things at the same time, and I think that's one of the reasons it really works.
I totally agree. Good job. I totally agree.
You were touching on it a bit there, Zeus. One thing that was cool about the G1, there's such a wide variety of styles going on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So take something like Zack Sabre Jr. versus Will Ospreay. There's like points. They're like doing the chain wrestling and the catch stuff like at this breakneck speed. just like going through these sequences really fast.
Speaking of Ospreay, he just resigned, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I think he just signed a 4-year deal with New Japan, right? Something like that. 4 years, 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, he loves New Japan. He moved to New Japan. He moved to Japan.
Right.
So I mean, that was if that wasn't a done deal, I'm sure that he just had to wait for the old contract to expire to sign the new one, because he definitely announced he was moving there. So.
All right, boys. So let's get into it.
Oh well, let me say real fast, since we have Angie here, let me say real fast. I was impressed with Zack Sabre Jr. from what I saw this G1. He's actually selling now, which is my big complaint with him before was the lack.
He must
of
have been listening to our podcast.
But he's doing way more selling, and I mean everything just clicks better, like in the ring. So it just all the matches I saw with him were all good, and I was really impressed. I was like, this is great. I gotta tell Angie.
Those stupid Americans think I can't sell, huh? Yeah. You think I can't sell? Watch this. I'll bump all over the fucking place.
Oh, Zeus, you got him down pat. I love that. His voice is annoying as shit, boy. Let me tell you, I want to punch him in his mouth every time he speaks.
I think wasn't there a point in the match versus Will Ospreay where he says something to Will Ospreay like, "I'm the prince and something of Wells." Like he says something like that to Will Ospreay.
He's so nutty, man. I mean, I hate to say it, I was starting to really appreciate Zack Sabre Jr. really in 2019. He's being a great dick. I mean, that's what we should. He's an evil bastard. We should want to punch him in the face, James.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I mean, for all of his talent, now putting the selling in there, that's
he's finally getting it. Yeah, well, he's a young kid. He's in the right place to learn. That's what's most important.
I mean, talk about Will Ospreay too. Here are two guys who had their own little issues in the ring, right? Like at one point, Will Ospreay was to me an unwatchable, just convoluted flip fuck. He was
Teddy Hart in the making.
I mean, like, I'm gonna whip you across the ring, so I'm gonna do a cartwheel to whip you across the fucking ring and shit like that. And
he's matured in the ring. He's matured.
Yeah,
I mean, he's changed so much, and you're like, this is like, how did he get this good? And then
here it is.
Again.
This is how you describe old Will Ospreay. Old Will Ospreay was a plate of French fries. Right? Okay. They're great. They're great when they're hot.
Shit.
They're great when they're hot and crispy and golden brown. All right. You eat them. You need a little bit of salt, a little bit of ketchup. Boom. Then where are you? Then you're like, what the hell did I just eat? Nothing. Now he's a steak with a baked potato and a small little side of vegetables. That's what he's become.
Nice. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he's cutting promos. He's putting his heart into what he says. He's putting, a lot of work in. I mean, he even looks good in his losses.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost to Cobb at Madison Square Garden, but Jesus, that was a great fucking match. He lost to Switchblade. I mean, he's lost, matches here and there, but they're still great matches. It's like you still want to watch him wrestle. And I felt a lot about like that, back in the day with Owen Hart. I loved watching Owen because it didn't matter if he won or lost. He was still going to have a great freaking match.
Yeah. Angie's in a glory today because it's all about Zack Sabre Jr. Gumby's in the house. Okay, Angie, there you go.
And you're going to Long Beach, right, Ange?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Angie's going to Long Beach, right?
The Super J, right?
That's a Super J tournament, right?
Yeah. Super J Cup.
Yeah, Super J Cup.
And then this year, the way that kind of the way that things started out in a G1, it didn't end like that. So it was nothing was a foregone conclusion. And I mean, this isn't even really long-term booking, but I mean, some of the whining and crying and complaining, you saw from the beginning, it didn't pan out. But like, Switchblade, he went 0-3. He was down 0-3, and then he ends up in the finals. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's it's like they look like because some people are like, I guess the Switchblade experiment is over. I guess he's done. After being down 0-3 before the whole thing's over with.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
dumbass. Shit ain't over till it's over.
It sounded like Hank.
Sounded
Sounded like Hank Hill was talking about New Japan. I'm like, what?
Damn it, Bobby.
That reminds me, Zeus, that reminds me, a lot of people shitting on the booking of the G1, but it turned out to be really good towards the end, I mean, this thing turned out to be great, in my opinion.
Yeah, Ishii and Goto were in there busting their asses, making everybody else look good, making themselves look strong.
Ishii made everyone look fantastic. Ishii's the fuck. I love him. I love Ishii.
Ishii versus Cobb was fucking bananas.
That was awesome. I love that match. I
didn't see that one.
Oh, that's one of the few I saw. I saw that match. It was good.
I saw Ishii versus Juice was outstanding.
Yes.
And Ishii versus Shingo. Oh my God. I went nuts for that match. Just out of my mind for that match.
I mean, and that's somebody else that, Juice kind of got, he was kind of up and down in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He had some bumps in the road and things, but he still, still that last day where he got to, get a hold of Moxley again. That was a good match too. They beat the shit out of each other again, and Juice wasn't having the bullshit on that last day of people.
Yeah, he got fucked up that first match with Moxley. He got destroyed.
Yeah, that was a train wreck right there.
And how about one of the biggest moments that I saw from the G1 whole tournament, even though it wasn't part of the matchup itself, it was part of the whole show. But you gotta love how Kenta turned heel. That was hot.
Oh, man. I mean, when Shibata came out, holy shit.
I love when Shibata came out. That was awesome.
Right. So for people who didn't see it, it was a Bullet Club against was it Kenta and Goto and
and
Ishii?
Ishii, yeah.
Right? Oh.
Yeah. And so
wasn't Yoshihashi in it?
Oh yeah, it was Yoshihashi. And
no, it was Yoshihashi?
Yeah, Yoshihashi, Goto, and Kenta against Bullet Club. And Kenta didn't even get tagged in till late in the match. Or they went to tag him in, and he stepped off the ring. And Goto and Hashi are both tired, and crap beat out of him. He walks away from the ring, and then he came back in and turned on him. So so Bullet Club could get the win. And then they're all celebrating, and Shibata comes in and cleans house and beats the shit out of fucking. He beat the shit out of Kenta. He put a bruise on his face.
He kicked him in his face like hard.
Oh yeah. I mean, he bruised right away.
And I mean, just Shibata getting in the ring and doing stuff was like, oh shit. Like, you're like, can he wrestle again? Like, oh my God.
He looked like he was moving just fine to me. He looked fine. I mean, can he do a full-time schedule? I don't know, but he looked fine.
Well, they've originally said he's, a couple more years away from being able to return.
Right.
amazing athletes have been proving doctors wrong for a long time, but what we've seen with New Japan is they are cautious to bring back people too early. I think they don't want to people to get hurt
Right.
On their watch, unlike some other places.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to see how this develops.
Zeus, he looked good in that ring. He did look good in that ring.
I mean, Shibata can send dojo guys against Kenta for now, and they can develop that however they want to. But Kenta started out real strong in the G1. He went 4-0, and then went 0-5 to end it. So
I thought it was all set up for him to win. I was almost sure of it.
I do remember that. I do remember you saying that.
Yeah, now I got to eat my words. I was almost sure that it was all set up for him to win. I did not see all of this coming.
I thought at one point, I thought maybe Moxley was going to make the finals because he started off so strong, but not win the finals. I thought he would make the finals.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any way in hell it would be two Gaijins in a row winning.
No,
but no,
I didn't want Okada winning.
Well, here's the thing, is if Okada had won it, okay, if the seeded champion wins the G1, then he gets to pick his challenger on, for Wrestle Kingdom. So from what I understand, that so between now and Wrestle Kingdom, Ibushi has to defend the briefcase against whoever beat him in the G1.
Okay.
And then he's free and clear after that to wrestle in the Tokyo Dome. And then apparently, so that wasn't even in the same block with Naito. So I don't know how Naito's going to squeak into that main event at this point. So he could make some 11th hour challenge, putting his Intercontinental title on the line with Ibushi, but who knows. But I mean, Okada's got to deal with some other stuff right now, but Okada looked good in the tournament. I mean, people were really psyched to see him. He's still really over.
Had lots of great matches.
Yeah, he did have good matches. I love Okada, man. I've always liked him. I like him. I do mark off for him. I have to admit, I do mark off for him.
Okada versus Kenta. Kenta was fucking stiff as hell.
Who had a good showing too? Sonata.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sonata beat Okada. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 minutes of that match, holy shit! Of the Sonata Okada match, the last minute of that match was just insane.
This tournament also proved why I love Ishii so much and why he's been such a badass for so many years. All of his matches were badass. He knows how to put people over. He knows how to do it right. He's the master of my book. He's the man. I love Ishii. Him in that match with Cobb, that shit was ridiculous. Okay, that was ridiculous. That's why Gumby pissed me off so much when he didn't sell the Ishii. I was like, how dare you? You should drop to your knees and bow to Ishii. What's wrong with you?
WIWH is correcting pronunciations here.
Oh, really?
Naoto. Okay.
Naito.
No, it's
Naoto.
Naoto. Double Y, double
Naito.
H. Double Y, double
No.
H. The professor's in the house. Naoto. Well, Naoto is over as hell. He's over. He's
It's
always been
Naito,
over.
not Naoto. She's
I
jumping
know.
on.
What the fuck did I'm saying? I'm saying
I don't know what
Naoto.
Hey,
Naito? I don't know.
it could be worse. YYH.
You the guy with the fucking eye. How about that?
The commentators sometimes, the English commentators sometimes just call him Naito. Like he's nighttime with an O. Night O.
Yeah.
So
it's Monday night Naito.
it's Monday night Naito. Bye, Angie.
All right, Angie, you take it easy. Let's go Yanks, baby. Angie's gonna kick my ass. But yeah, I thought, I thought, he's over. I mean, everybody put on a show. I mean, even Zack Sabre Jr., as you alluded to earlier, Pedro, he's turned out to be great. He's good. I mean, everybody who worked that whole tournament was fantastic.
Hey,
fantastic.
Shingo had a hell of a tournament.
Shingo is the man.
Yes.
He was like, hello, don't forget about me.
He had like great matches with like everyone.
And you see, Shingo's kind of like Ishii in the way that, and Goto for that matter, is the fact that they're smaller heavyweights, but he hits like a heavyweight.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean,
he is so good. He is so good.
So his strikes are so stiff.
Do you think he'll ever get the big push?
Shingo?
I doubt
it.
I don't know. He's a little older.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to say, never say never, but if the stars fell in the right way and there was injuries or defections or anything's possible. But I mean, the only thing I'm sure of is that he's probably not going to play, linebacker for the Seattle Dragons in the XFL. That's the only prediction I want to make about Shingo.
Did you hear some of those team names, Zeus? They're disgusting.
Fucking terrible.
Oh, horrible. What the fuck is Vince McMahon doing, man? He should just go away. Just fucking retire already. Oh, it's killing me.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're old and have an ego.
Jesus,
and you're,
does he have an ego?
Old ego and you're rich. Just
let me see.
Go hang out with Richard Branson. Go buy an island. Go wrestle him in a fucking tree match and leave us the fuck alone.
Okay, just to complete this aside, here are the team names. Dallas Renegades. Which, did you see the logo for it? It's Bandito.
It's Bandito.
It's totally Bandito. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the logos yet. But go ahead, Pedro. Go ahead.
Houston Roughnecks, Los Angeles Wildcats, Seattle Dragons.
Houston Roughnecks sound like a condom. Go ahead.
DC Defenders.
That's actually cool. Yeah, it's not like a Marvel movie. Go ahead.
New York Guardians.
Oh, that sucks.
Another Marvel movie.
St. Louis Battlehawks.
What the fuck is that?
And
sounds like a spinoff from Thundercats.
And Tampa Bay Vipers.
The Tampa Bay Vipers. Yeah, clearly he was hanging out with Randy Orton.
Will Randy Orton be the mascot for the Tampa Bay Vipers?
He's the fucking GM and shit. Oh my god, those are horrible names.
Oh, so the New Japan stuff is tomorrow?
Tomorrow
in California.
Because Seattle's already happened.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was this weekend.
No, the Y2H2. Vince McMahon is actually reintroducing. He's actually reintroducing a new American Football League. It's called the XFL. and he actually wants to compete with the NFL. So he has a few teams in a few cities, and these are the team names. And they absolutely suck, YYHH, just to let you know. So don't bother watching. There you go.
I just wanted to have positive movement, movement behind the line like Arena League.
Yeah. Actually, I've been to an Arena League football game. It's fucking insane.
I want some 85 to 80 fucking scoring games.
Yeah. A battle hawk? What the fuck's a battle hawk?
Battle Hawks.
Battle hawk.
Battle Hawks.
I'm telling
Battle
you,
hawk. To the ring. Let's go.
Silverhawk is already
That would be the best like pre-match thing. Like the coach is like Battle Hawks to the field, and the guy
Battle
like
hawks to the field. Let's go.
They have like an animated intro.
Yeah. That kind of shit is that. Captain Chaos. Battle hawks. They'll fly through the eye and poke you in the eye when they fly in the sky. Battle hawks.
Where the hell did that come from?
I have no idea. Don't ask me.
Mania.
Yeah. Marking out for the Battle Hawks as they fly to the sky. They poke you in the eye. Battle Hawks, go.
Go,
Flash, go.
You in the eye? Can you imagine they allowed like if they allowed like pro wrestling heel stuff in the matches like
oh my god,
someone puts a submission hold on another player and the referee is doing a count like you have till 5, 1.
Yeah. Remember the original XFL?
Barely.
Jesse the Betty Ventura actually commentated. He would commentate on the field.
Yeah.
They had to make a heel team. Yeah, he hated me.
He hated me.
Yeah. No, it was horrible. Absolutely brutal.
YYH, I guess they'll be real American football players. Who knows?
Yes. Yeah, it's real football.
But let's get off the XFL. Let's
yes,
get back.
Please.
Let's get back to this. Let me find the banner.
Yes, best pro wrestling on the planet. Thank you, Pedro. It is New Japan Pro G1 Climax 29, aka best pro wrestling on the planet.
So Zeus, you saw more of this than either of us.
Yes.
So I was wondering, can you give us like a good recap of Ibushi's road to the final and Jay White's road to the final?
Well, that was the crazy thing with how, everything started off with, Jay White, losing that crazy match to Yano. And it's like there's no way. It's like everybody thinks Yano's a joke. Yano's a comedy guy, but Yano hardly wrestles in minutes. They were like talking about how few minutes he puts in, win or lose. Yeah. So I mean, Jay White lost. The first 3, and it's like nobody'd ever come back from being down that far, and he made the prediction. He was like, hey, this ain't over. My ego's too big for this to be over. You don't get it. I'm too good to do this. But I mean, he lost to he lost it to Ishii. He lost to Yano. And then he started making the comeback against Jeff Cobb. He beat Cobb. That was a good match. That's a good, hard-hitting fucking match right there. He beat Shingo. That was a good long ass match. I mean, that was like
that was
like
a
20
kick-ass
minutes
match.
or something. Then he beat Taichi. That was, you know, Taichi once again still end up looking strong. You know, he kind of got eliminated before those last for that last couple of shows, but then in Jay White, you need a little distraction from Gato, but he put John Moxley down with the Blade Runner, got the win. Got the win there. He beat Juice, you know, and it's, you know, that's kind of a revenge for, you know, dropping the U.S. title to him the first time, and then, you know, on the last day of the B block action, you know, Jay White beat Tetsu Naito, and that was a great fucking match. I mean, it's, you know, just outstanding match. You know, Naito is still really fast. I mean, for you know, for who he is and you know, everything that he does. I mean, he's, you know, he's definitely you know, he's definitely an A-level main event, you know, kind of guy. But there's other people gunning for him. So that's kind of how that runs down. For Ibushi, his first night back in Japan, you know, he loses to Evil.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to. That'll be somebody he's got to, you know, take on again here before.
And he lost to Kenta on the first night, right?
Right. Then Ibushi come back, and then he beat Sonata. That, you know, fantastic match right there. I mean, how do you, you know, there's nothing much you can say about that. Then Ibushi beat Lance Archer, who we haven't even talked about, but he looked very strong.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was a very you know, he made a lot of noise, and he didn't win a lot, but he still looked strong, and he impressed a lot of people. A lot of people felt like, you know, Lance Archer was the breakout star of the.
You can't argue that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looked revitalized. He looked really really strong. You know, of course he's got a good camp with Suzuki Gun. Kota Ibushi beat somebody else we haven't talked about much. He beat Bad Luck Fale after that. And Fale, you know, won a couple of good matches here and there with some actual wrestling moves, small package. And
yeah, no, you still, that was funny.
You know, Ibushi did what he needed to do. You know, this year he beat Tanahashi. You know, that's a big deal. I mean, Tanahashi still, you know, he's still that measuring stick. He's still, you know, he's kind of like Dusty Rhodes. He's still going, even though he's slowing down, but he's still going. And then Kota beat James's favorite wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr. It's Zack Sabre time.
Brutal. You gotta do the voice. You gotta do the voice. Do the voice real quick.
Look, I don't have time to sit here and describe to all of you stupid people out there. Yeah? You hear what I'm saying? I don't have time for this. Okay? I'm having to try and fix Brexit. Okay? Yeah? Fuck off.
Nice. That's good. That's good. I like that.
And yeah, and so and then Ibushi, you know, beat the seeded champion. He beat Kazuchika Okada in a great match, almost 30 minutes long.
Yep.
That you know, just an outstanding match. And then we had the final night, and we had Jay. Yeah.
But before we get to the final, I just want to say real fast on Tanahashi versus Ibushi. I like that in that match. It was very much like Ibushi had surpassed Tanahashi. Like the way he puts him away is very confident. He just Tanahashi's trying to hold on to his spot, but Ibushi already is very confidently ahead of him, and just kind of bomb, and confidently puts him away. And then if you compare Ibushi versus Okada, it was less that he had surpassed Okada and more that now he's on equal footing with Okada. Was how it came off to me. It wasn't like the confident putting away like he did to Tanahashi. It was more like, we're now an equal thing,
Yeah, and it's like he felt like, it's like he was wrestling like he had to throw everything at the book at Okada to win.
Yeah, he didn't have that kind of desperation versus Tanahashi. Like Tanahashi was more like, I've got this, boom.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, okay, sorry. I just wanted to get.
Oh no, and it's we're just all talking about it, and then of course you and I both, Pedro, we both saw the final as well.
Yes,
Kota Ibushi
versus Jay White.
Yeah. Did you see after Jay White beat? Did you watch the aftermath after Jay White beat Naito?
No,
and he called out Ibushi to the ring?
No, I didn't watch. Because I binge watched everything in one day. Yes. I did not see entrances. I did not see any post match. The only post match I saw was after the final. Like when the final was over, I saw that post match. But I didn't see any other post match or pre match. I just skipped I just fast forwarded through all the entrances and post matches. I just gotta go.
How many mugs of coffee did you drink, Pedro? Like 11?
I do not drink coffee, but I do not drink coffee. But
okay.
Yeah. So no, what happened? What happened, Zeus?
Okay, so Tanahashi, Naito leaves, and Jay White gets the mic, and he's rallying up the crowd, and he calls out Ibushi. He's like, Ibushi, get out here right now. And and he comes out, and they face off in the ring, and he's like, tomorrow the finals, you and me, nobody else, and just me, no Gato, no Bullet Club, no nothing. And he puts his hand out. And then, finally, Ibushi goes to take his hand, and Jay White tries to cheap shot him, and fight breaks out, and then they beat the hell out of Ibushi to end it.
Yeah, the commentary alluded to something happening with them attacking his ankle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were going after his ankle because he's still using that TTO, that Tanahashi tap out.
Yeah.
So that was a great promo, great interaction. And
I'll be watching the final tonight because it's on Access TV, by the way, tonight, guys. So I'll be watching the Ibushi versus Jay White. So I'll be seeing it for the first time.
Yeah. Fantastic fucking match.
Cool. So I was talking about it. I'm all hyped up to watch it now,
Oh yeah. I mean,
we'll try not to spoil too much of the match. I mean,
I read.
You know who won. You know who won.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the actions and.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't expect anything less but greatness from these guys. So, because all these guys are good. Jay White's good. Ibushi's good. Everybody's good.
And Jay White's he's a better heel than most of the guys in the game right now.
Yeah,
he's the perfect heel. Actually, he's the perfect heel. Yeah, he pissed me off. I don't like him.
and that's the thing is you watch him and he does all those things. He's not a cool heel. He's not he's not that kind of heel that, he's not a fucking tweener.
Right.
He's not a Cody Rhodes. He doesn't want your cheers. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about you. The fact that you come to see him lose and him proving you wrong, that's what makes him happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I like when he gets something over, like on people, like he, pulls something over on them, and then he flashes that smirk, like like it's like he's rubbing it in everyone's faces, like. Sorry.
Yeah. But I'll be watching because it's 2 hours till then on Access, and I'll be watching Ibushi versus Jay White in the final, and they're advertising Okada and Tanahashi up against Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. Gumby. So,
but Zeus, yes, Ibushi and Jay White have an epic finals, and then what happens? How does it end? I mean, we all know, but
the Golden Star. The Golden Star. The whole reason that, the reason that he did not go to AEW. The reason that he finally signed a contract with New Japan was to make this mark and to show, you put your confidence in me, and then I'm gonna win the damn G1. So, it's really interesting. I mean, it's really interesting to see how this is all going to play out. We got the Super J Cup. We got Tag League is going to be coming up in Junior Tag League, and there's all kinds of stuff happening. So
what is that UK card start? That is show that they're doing the UK show.
I think it started last night.
Really? Yeah, so that's not already? That was fast.
Oh wow.
Let me look that up here.
That was fast.
I think no,
our
actually,
G1 climax.
I think
our G1 recap is late, so there you go.
I think the shows in England are on the 31st, aren't they? I think they're on. I think it's next weekend. The shows in England.
Okay.
Because isn't there a deal like there's the NXT UK going on, the takeover, then you've got the New Japan show in England, and then you've got All Out happening all on that day.
Yeah, I just can't remember what the hell it's called.
It's Royal something, right? Isn't it Royal something?
Wow,
look at us.
We're all like typing
it's not Global Wars this year.
No, it's Royal something, and then the subtitle beneath that. God, my goddamn old timers is kicking in. Shit. Come on, man. You guys are on your computers. Go ahead, man. Look it up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
I'm using the greatest research tool on the planet, but it's not helping me right now.
Yeah, it's not. Okay. Well,
Royal Quest.
Oh, there you go.
What's it called?
Royal Quest.
Royal Quest. That's it.
Royal fucking Quest, James.
I want you to go defend your paper championship. I can't even do the voice. I can't do it.
Hey, so before
that bullshit belt.
Real quick before we take off, James, I know you haven't seen the final yet, but Zeus,
no.
you've seen more than the rest of us. So real quickly, let me ask you all this: what was your favorite match of the G1?
Oh, my favorite match was Jay White beating Moxley. But
I didn't see that one. I wanted to, but I had to make decisions.
Yeah, I know. But Go Tony Ishii did all their matches are great. Jeff Cobb looked great. I mean, there weren't people that really just got the shit kicked out of them this year. I mean, I think just about everybody finished with like 6 or 8 points, which is, I mean, that's strong. I mean, there's some guys that got like none.
I haven't seen a lot of the matches, but of the matches I saw, I have to say that Jeff Cobb Ishii match was ridiculous. I love that match. That was sick. That and I haven't seen the final, obviously, because I'll be watching a lot of it tonight. I would say the moment so far is my holy shit moment was when Kenta joined the Bullet Club. That shit was sick, and and those kicks to his head was like ridiculous. I mean, that was my holy shit moment. I was like, oh my god, look at that! That was insane. So
yeah, that was.
Who said
fire.
New Japan is
that was legit fire.
And who said New Japan is boring? What the hell's wrong with you, son?
For me, my favorite match that I saw, and I didn't see everything, of course. But my favorite match that I saw was the Shingo Ishii match. For me, that was the best match I saw. I liked it more than the final.
Nice.
Okay, I got to peep that out. I definitely peep that out.
Oh, YYH, I think. Was it last year Kojima said it was like going to be his last G1, or am I thinking of Nagata? One of them. That's one of
What's
them.
that?
She's asking why is Kojima not in the G1? I think they're just phasing him out. He's old. I mean,
yeah. Sadly, he's. I think he might be at the point where he's got to get some surgeries and things. I mean, he's pushing. He's pushing 30 years on his career.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time for anybody.
The opponent, no one.
Yeah, but look at Suzuki. He's still going. And he was impressive in this whole G1.
Suzuki is
he's a machine
above all other people.
No? I mean, yeah. He wasn't in G1, but he had matches in the G1, card.
Yes.
He had all those tag matches. He had those tag matches, and he was doing some shit. But he's not human anyway. He's like Steve. That motherfucker's the Bionic Man. So.
Yes.
Well,
we are ending this early, so Jimmy Jam James can go do his thing.
We got to end early here.
Unfortunately, I got stuff to do. Sorry, guys. And I'm sorry to everybody listening.
But I want to thank everyone, YYH, Angie, everyone for stopping by. Anyone who listens
Y2H2.
Anyone who listens later, thank you very much too.
And Angie, good luck tonight.
We'll see y'all next week. We'll figure out what we talk about then. But
we're gonna talk about these hawks that come from the sky and play on football fields and poke people in the eyes. The battle hawks, fly through the sky.
James, we're gonna make you sing that that's the intro.
I know, right? That's a new intro song. Battle flying through the sky as I poke you in the eye. Fucking out for the battle. Yeah. Go Flash, go. Go Flash, go.
We'll see y'all next week. Adios.
Have a good weekend. Later. That's just still going.
So next week is All Out.